Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Shorts Brewing Company. They're out of Bel Air, Michigan. And I had a friend of mine pick up some of those, or some of their beers, and reviewed them a year or two, maybe even three back. But he didn't bring me back one of these, so Rico picked this up and sent it to me. He says, Shorts Brew Icky Icky is what this is called. So I'm hoping it's going to be tasty sticky and not icky icky. But there's no date on the bottle. And there's sediment in the bottom of the bottle. So I'm not sure. Rico says it's a 7.1% American IPA with 70 IBUs, no date. Picked up last week for $2.50. Be careful pouring this. I see yeast sediments in the bottle. He's got the IBUs and ABV from their official site. Another reason why these beers need to have dates on them, guys. Like I said, I'm sure Rico picked up the freshest thing he could get his hands on, but that doesn't mean anything when the beer's been sitting around. So, and I appreciate Rico spending his hard-earned money on this and picking it up. And if it's a tasty beer, we're going to rant and rave about it. If it's an old beer and it's a heavy malt and the hops have faded, I'm going to burn their ass up, guys. If you're going to be in the business of producing IPAs and double IPAs and stuff that hops are going to fade on like that, and you don't date your beer, you won't get this guy's money, trust me. So Rico, I'm going to be as honest as I can with this beer. If it's a great beer, I'm going to tell you it's a great beer. But it still needs to have a date on it if it is a great beer. But if it is a malty mess and all this sediment in the bottle of it, we're going to burn the boys' butts up. There's no excuse in it. None. So hopefully it's going to be a good beer. I'm going to reserve judgment. Because I think the last one, a friend of mine, Justin, was traveling and he went to a class up there near where the brew was at, and he brought some back. And if I remember correctly, it was a tasty beer. So let's see where this one goes. Before we get into this may be a longer video, and y'all guys are used to some of those 20, 25, and even 30-minute videos, and I apologize. I get to rambling sometimes, so I'm going to make this quick. I had a lady, Anna, contacted me from Moonrise Market, and they make this little thing called the Cool Capsule, guys. And Amazon has these, and that's where they sell them at. And what it is, guys, is a for you guys that I always pour mine into a glass. You know, even if I'm out on a picnic or whatever, I'll take something to pour it in, some kind of cup, a red Solo cup or something to pour it in there to release the carbonation and all that, so I can get a nose on it. Hard to get your nose in that little hole on that bottle. But what she has sent me, it comes with a nice carry sleeve, and let me get it out of here. It is a stainless, looks like a stainless steel bottle, or a thermos if you will. Got the opener on the top here to do either your cans or your bottles, and it's a key ring to the top here. And when you take this top out, it's got a big wide mouth, and what happens, the bottom comes off here, unscrews, and it's got a little pad in the bottom of the cup, and it's got an insulated sleeve in there. So what you do is you slide your bottle up in that insulated sleeve, put your cap back on there, and now your your bottle is insulated. Nobody can hardly see what you're drinking. And when you put the top back on it, they can't see what you're drinking. Of course, you can't drink through with the top on it. But once you slide it out, pop the top and drop it back, it keeps it nice and cool, and you can get your lips on it. And nobody knows what you're drinking. They have no idea what you're drinking. So if you're drinking somewhere where you probably shouldn't be, in public somewhere or whatever, this may be a hot tip to keep your beer nice and cool, and hardly anybody knows what you're sipping on. If you keep your hands around the top of it, they can't even see the color of the bottle, and you're drinking, and as far as they know, you're drinking Kool-Aid or tea or something like that. So real nice inventions, and it's insulated, and so it's like it's pretty heavy duty. So Anna, I appreciate it. I don't drink a lot of beers from the bottle, but there are people that do. So and like I said, with that in there, you can screw this right back down on top of there, and you're ready to go. So very nice invention. Like I said, these are like 20 bucks a piece on Amazon. If you buy more than one, if you buy two packages, it's like $35. And if you're a Prime member, you get free shipping. So a very nice deal. So a very nice package sent from them, insulated, nice heavy duty stainless steel. So a very nice package. If any of you guys are interested in it, just go in and type in COOL, C-O-O-L, Capsule, C-A-P-S-U-L-E, and it'll take you to the website, or they're listing there on Amazon. You may be able to buy it direct from them. I'm not sure, but I think Amazon is their avenue to distribute these products for them. So very nice package. I will give it a try. I'm not going to do it while I'm doing the beer reviews, because I need to pour it in the glass, guys, so I can see it and all that. But if I'm doing drinking a go-to beer, and I'm out somewhere where I don't have a glass or something, and have this in the vehicle where I can stick the bottles in there, it works well with these 12-ounce bottles. Very nice. Very nice design, very nice package. So Anna, thanks a bunch for sending it to me, and I told her I would tell the guys about it, and see if we can get some people that are interested in this thing. So very nice. Alright, let's get on with this and see what we end up with this. Sticky, see if it's going to be sticky or if it's going to be icky icky. Alright guys, it says here, I'll give you the ABV and the IBUs on a commercial description. Sticky Icky Icky is a radiantly clear, copper-colored American IPA. It's loaded with citrusy hop aromas of oranges, nectarines, and apricots. It's light yet full-bodied ale. It's perfectly balanced by equal parts sweet malt and juicy hops. A medium bitterness, along with a subtle earthiness, lingers in the finish. This new American IPA is what Ryan Hale, the head brewer at Bel Air Pub, referred to as his quintessential IPA. Ryan combined all of his favorite hops, resulting in what he described as pure, juicy goodness. This beer is loaded with all the big citrus and fruity flavors American hops can offer. That's what I'm hoping for, guys. I'm hoping this is going to be a big West Coast style hop bomb, and it's going to be juicy and piney and grapefruity and with oranges and all that stuff that they just described here, what it's supposed to be. So if they're really interested in you having that beer with that taste, it needs to have a freaking date on it. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Alright, well, I get the cap off this thing, and I am going to pour it gently, since it does have a heavy yeast cake on the bottom of it, and you don't expect that with your IPAs. I don't anyway. Even the unfiltered ones usually doesn't have a bunch of crap in the bottom of it. It may have some particulates, but you're not going to get big chunks usually. And there are exceptions to that. So, but there's a difference when you get a fresh 2-week-old beer and it has that in there. It's meant to be there. But when you don't have a date on it and you don't know how old it is, and the beer is 3, 6, 8, 12 months old, it is not supposed to be in there probably. So let's go and pour this. Like I said, I'm going to pour it fairly gently, so we can leave most of that stuff in the bottom. And it is poured fairly clear, and hopefully the coldness of this, the coldness of this will keep some of that sediment in the bottom. And as I got to the bottom, it did cloud it up a little bit. So we'll just leave that last half a little bit of swallow in there. But it is kind of cloudy. I don't see a lot of particulates floating around in there, so doesn't look too off-putting. So a nice like I said, I can't see the light right through the big bulb part. There is light coming through the thin part. And it is a nice orangey tangerine color. Looks pretty good. It's got a nice cloudiness to it. I don't think it's an unfiltered beer, guys. So, and with that super easy pour, we didn't get a monster head on it or anything. So let's get a nose on it. And I'm pleasantly surprised. It's not a malty mess as far as the aroma. Big notes of hops, oranges, tangerines, a nice pininess to it. So maybe we've got lucky and got a fresh bottle, but that is only by the luck of the draw. Now it has left a lot of stuff on the inside of that bottle. I mean, it is just clinging to the inside of the bottle. A lot of heavy chunkiness. So that is the only thing I can fuss about right now, guys, that they need to date their stuff. But hopefully we got a good one here. Smells wonderful. Smells absolutely freaking wonderful. It's got a nice West Coast aroma. A lot of hops going on. So let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. That is delicious, guys. We got lucky. We got damn lucky. We got a fresh bottle. So, Rico, your money was well spent on this one. I was afraid we were going to have a mess. But that's pretty good. We got lucky, buddy. Wonderful aroma, wonderful taste. A lot of hot presence in there, guys. Very nice beer. Very, very nice beer. Very citrusy, very orangey. Hints of pine, tangerines, grapefruit, pineapple. Very pleasant. A great first beer of the evening for me. And I'm glad, because I thought I was going to have a malt bomb here with all that sediment that was in there. But maybe it's supposed to be there. Maybe this is a fresh bottle and it's supposed to be there. So we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, like I told you. Guys, if it had been bad, malty, and a mess, I was going to tell you that, but it is not. It is very, very tasty. I still think they should have a date on it. And I'll look a little closer when I come back to make sure. But there's so much stuff clinging to the inside of the bottle, it's even hard to look through it with the beer out of it and see if there's any date, but I don't think there's a date on it. So we're going to taste it, and we're going to sip on it, and I'm going to share a little bit with her, and we'll come back and see where she ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very, very tasty beer. I got back and shined it in the light. It does have a date on it. So I apologize to the guys at Shorts Brewery. They are dating their stuff. My bad. Very hard to see. It's very faint. You cannot see it with the beer in the bottle. So they need to go with maybe on the label or different color ink, because you cannot see it. Rico couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. Now that the beer is out of, and I can see it. This was bottled on 10/4/16, and today is the 30th, the last day of November. So not quite 2 months old, almost. It'll be 2 months old this weekend. So we got lucky and got a fairly fresh bottle. About 7 weeks old at this stage of the game. So still very tasty. I don't understand why it's got so much sediment in it, being that fresh. It doesn't say it's unfiltered anywhere on the bottle. Nothing that I've seen or read says it's unfiltered, so I don't know why it's got that much in there unless it's an unfiltered beer, guys. I'm not sure. So, but anyway, I think we got damn lucky. I think it's a very tasty beer. And once again, I apologize to the guys there at Shorts Brewery. They are dating their stuff. It's just very, very hard to see, guys. You need to do something different as far as color of the beer. And a lot of times you can see it'll stand out, but when you're putting black writing on a dark brown bottle and it has the beer in there, it makes it very hard to see a lot of times. But they are dating it, so it is what it is. Might want to go to a white or a yellow or even a blue like Weyerbacher does. Be a little easier to see, but it's there. So very tasty beer, very, very tasty beer. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I hate reviewing old beers, especially something that doesn't have a date on it, and giving those bad remarks and grades because I'm reviewing an old beer. But it does have a date on it, Rico. I know you couldn't see it, and I couldn't either before before the beer was poured into the glass. I even couldn't see it when I looked at it a little while ago, but now some of that is settled down inside the bottle. I can't see it out of chug. Very tasty, guys. Very nice, citrusy, orangey, hints of pine and grapefruit and pineapple. Very, very tasty. A delicious beer. You guys up there in the Michigan area can get this beer, and like I said, Enrico, he's up in Pennsylvania, so he can get beers from New York and a lot of other places, and they ship those beers a lot of times to those specific locations where they don't come to Virginia or anywhere else. So it's a good thing for him. I mean, he has a vast selection of beers, and he does a lot of trading and trades for beers and stuff where I do not anymore. So awesome beer, guys. I do think it's an A beer. I'm gonna give it the A minus. Numeric grade because I couldn't see it with the beer in there, and I'm not knocking grade points because it does have a date on it, but it's just so hard to see with the beer in the bottle. Two people looked at it, me and Rico both, and couldn't find the date on it until the beer was poured out. So very hard to see. 90 would be my numeric rating on this. A minus. I do think it's an A beer. It's a very tasty beer. Just make sure you're getting it fresh, and you look, the date is right here on the very small part of the neck before it starts getting fat here. Very tasty though. Very much in the West Coast style. Big hop aroma and taste. So very well done, guys, there at Shorts. Very nice. Over to Beer Advocate. Hey, we're in agreement here. They're giving it a 90. And over to Rate Beer, they say 94 overall, 92 in the style. Excellent numbers from all three. And our final check-in at Untapped has it at 3.96. Not quite to the 4 category, but their numbers are all averaged out to. So it's pretty damn close to an A beer, if that's not an A score anyway, in the 3.96 area. So A beer all around, guys. It's definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on it. So we're going to end this one. It's probably run a little long with me doing that little intro on that stainless bottle hugger type thing that that Anna sent me. So if you guys still like to drink your beers out of the bottle, that's a good thing to do. And if you like to drink somewhere where you're not supposed to, that's a good way to keep your beer nice and cool and nobody knows what you're drinking. So, well, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then.